Hello, and welcome to my presentation. Today we will be covering the workplace persona, driver, as referenced by Seth Lively in the article titled Leverage Workplace Personas for Employee Productivity. This presentation will go through the following topics: an introduction, how to identify the workplace personas, the driver workplace persona, utilizing the driver workplace persona, and steps forward. The introduction will provide a brief look into what workplace personas are and how they work. We will then begin to show how to identify the workplace personas and provide some examples of that. We will provide a brief explanation of the driver persona, then how to utilize that driver persona. Finally, we will explain a few steps forward and why to pursue workplace personas. A workplace persona is a personality or system of ideals that an employee brings to the workplace. As described by Seth Lively, there are 10 workplace personas: achiever, adventurer, apostle, perfectionist, networker, driver, unifier, and restless. These names do well to provide a good first impression of these personas. Each of these personas requires its own unique management style, as each of them sees success and failure in different lights. Each of these personas will also react differently to the same set of information, so proper planning and preparation will be required in order to not create more issues. In order to provide the correct management style for these different personas, it is necessary to know how to identify these different personas. When trying to identify the different personas in employees, it is very important to understand that employees can identify as multiple personas and that these can change based upon the mood of the employee. As described in Seth Lively's article, a good method for identifying the different personas of your employees is to get a baseline. This can be done through a framed questionnaire done through interviews and an analysis of the most or least prevalent personas. This also allows the management team to break groups down and begin to understand where the majority of the personas are. Once the baseline has been set, different tests or surveys can be used to see if employees react the way the persona would react. If an employee doesn't, they may be a multi-persona that is one but shows strong signs of another. Digging deep into one particular persona is the driver. This persona ensures traction and progress. They are constantly looking for ways to push the conversation forward and how to deliver their work on time. They are the ones working late hours and through lunch in order to push a project forward and keep the timeline set. The downside of a driver is that if there is no work to be done or the path ahead is not supported, they can begin to veer off course and pursue other activities that invoke their attention more. In order to get the most out of a driver, they must be given multiple tasks with possible deadlines. These projects must then be supported through communication or through other tools that the driver has full access to. Without communication or tools, the driver will continue to run into roadblocks at every turn and become disheartened to the work they are pursuing. This can be said for almost all the other personas, but drivers are especially hard as they might have already pushed past what was stopping them before, but not in the way that you wanted them to. To move forward with workplace personas, it is very important to establish what personas you are working with. If these personas are ignored, then the productivity of the workplace has a big possibility of taking a dive and causing more issues than if work had been put in. Giving your employees the right tools and advantages can provide huge increases in productivity and workplace happiness for all. Thank you for watching my presentation, and I look forward to reading your comments.